What? Lego, you've made an incredible set here, but what is that? Like seriously, what is with the Darksaber? For all we know, it's going to continue showing up. You know what would have been nice? A new mold. So the Naboo Starfighter from the Book of Boba Fett got revealed, and honestly, I really enjoy the ship. I will be purchasing that day one. I think it looks amazing for the price point. Is it a tiny bit much? Yeah, but honestly, I feel like I can justify it a lot more than other Star Wars sets. One thing though that is really disappointing is just the Darksaber. What is going on? Look, the Imperial Light Cruiser, okay, I understand. It's our first run with Moff Gideon. It's our first run with the Darksaber. Don't know how much it's really gonna pop up after that, but we just had 3 episodes with the Mandalorian wielding this beautiful Darksaber, and I imagine the entirety of the Mandalorian season 3 will also have him wielding the Darksaber, considering, you know, he wasn't really going with the flow and following the Force. So it would have been nice for Lego to, you know, make a Darksaber mold. I mean, look, Kylo Ren's as well is another sort of like iffy one, but at least there was a new lightsaber hilt piece. This one, it's not transparent, it's just plain black. There's no hint of white on it, and even the lightsaber hilt looks far too bright to actually be the Darksaber. So as a result, I thought I would take matters into my own hands and build myself my own Darksaber, which for once in my life means that I'm gonna cut up Lego pieces. I never do that, but I feel like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and today's one of those cases. I'm sorry to all my purists out there. Luckily, this should be pretty easy and doesn't take up that many materials, so let's get into it, shall we? Let's go build a Darksaber. Step 1 is assemble your really sad looking Darksaber and look at it and just acknowledge the fact that it really doesn't look all that good. I mean, it's barely passable, it works, but it's just really sad. I mean, literally, you're throwing a 2010 Harry Potter wand on a lightsaber hilt, and that's about it. I mean, we can do a bit better than that. Come on, guys. The Mandalorian's like the most popular show right now. Like, are we really gonna just do that? No. Get out. We're gonna borrow from our friends down in Ninjago and take one of these katana swords. This one in particular has a little square knob at the bottom. It just makes it look a tiny bit cleaner when you attach it to the lightsaber hilt. Luckily, the base of it as well is the same thickness as one of the bar lightsaber pieces, so it's really easy to actually stick it into a lightsaber hilt. It's just a tiny bit long, so that's why we're gonna have to cut it. But also, this lightsaber hilt, I think personally, is far too bright, so I'm gonna take this more gunmetal gray one that I've got lying around. I feel like a black one could do as well, but then maybe it's a tiny bit too black, so I would personally go gunmetal gray if you can. You can always color this in with Sharpie if you really want to, or spray paint it, but this piece does exist. You might have it lying around. I know I certainly did. Now, if we combine these two pieces, we're getting a real sense of how nice this is gonna work, but we need to figure out a way to actually get rid of this handlebar piece. Now, while Anakin doesn't like sand, I feel like sandpaper is probably a really good option. Make it nice and clean. Scissors, I don't think will work. I mean, it will, but maybe not all that well. Maybe I should give it a try. I mean, we can always sand it down afterwards, can't we? We'll just go round about halfway. Oh, that worked. So as you can see, halfway is a tiny bit much. We need to take off a little bit more. I'm kind of nervous to do it this time around. I've committed a crime. I'm sorry, Lego. Whoop, there we go. Fits snug like a glove. Look at that. 10 out of 10. Now, if you really want to, you can leave the Darksaber like that. I mean, I think it looks pretty neat. It looks pretty solid, but the Darksaber does have a bit of light to it. I mean, look at all of these cool Ninjago swords that Lego made for that theme. Like, that's really all I'm asking for here, man. Now, in order to complete the Darksaber, the next bit's a bit of a process. Firstly, we're gonna need some protective paper to put down so that we don't damage our furniture and have our parents yell at us. Secondly, what you're gonna need is some liquid paper, aka whiteout. I mean, you could also use the tape. It might be a tiny bit easier, but I'm gonna try and use this liquid whiteout pen. And remember, if you make a mistake, you can always scratch it off. I mean, we've already cut bits of the piece off. We've already damaged our product. Why don't we just continue with whiteout? Give it a good shake, and then very slowly we're going to apply it to the edge of our blade. Oopsies. Looks better than Lego still. Next up, because we made a bit of a mess, we're going to take these scissors and we're just going to scratch away the middle. This looks really bad. Oh dear. I think I scratched away a bit too much. Kind of need a little bit more over here. Honestly, tape whiteout might have been a tiny bit better, but either way, I am really happy with how this Darksaber turned out, so let's hand it over to Mando. This is equally the best and worst thing that I have ever created. I personally still think it's a better upgrade than Legos though. Then again, that could be my superiority complex talking, because at least Legos doesn't look like it was made by a 5-year-old, so take that for what you will. Decide which is worse for your Lego collection and go with that one. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Is it obvious that I forgot to film an outro? So that is how to do your own DIY custom Darksaber. Would I recommend it? I mean, it depends on who you are. If you've got extra katanas and don't mind damaging your Lego, absolutely. If you want to go and order some extra parts off Bricklink, absolutely. If you don't have many pieces when we'll be destroying them for the greater good of a Darksaber, yeah, maybe not. I mean, it looks good, but it's not great. Do I personally think that it's better than Legos? Yes, because at least it's got the shape. It's not the cleanest thing ever, but it will do until one day, hopefully, that we get a brand new Darksaber molded piece. That would be ideal. Please, Lego, please. I want it, people on my TikTok want it, everyone is in agreement here. But let me know what you guys think about this Darksaber. Did I make it even worse? And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel down below. And until next time, I'll see you later.